Alright, hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are unboxing the Spyderco Subvert, or Subvert, as you can see here. This is a thick knife. It is the only Spyderco that really bulges the box like this, so let's check it out. Set these over here. Okay, so this is a really big knife. I think the blade overall is 4.14 inches. I'll give you a size comparison. So here's the Subvert. Here's a little smaller knife, the 0450 CF, 3.25 inch blade. Here's the Chris Reeve Sebenza 21, on a 3.6 inch blade. So let's see. There's the Sebenza. There's the 0450. There's the Subvert. So it is definitely a big knife, as you can see. And it is thick too. So if we look at the handle, it is a thick knife. It feels like it's almost 3/4 of an inch. It's really thick. It is, you can see, 0450. So I mean, you can almost put two 0450s inside this thing. Alright, so these are made in the Taichung factory for Spyderco, which is, I like to say, is one of their better factories. The fit and finish on this thing is absolutely incredible. Everything lines up beautifully. If we get nice and close here, you can see everything's chamfered well. Chamfering starts on the titanium. The edge of the blade's very slightly chamfered. The spider hole is a little sharp, but it gives you some thumb purchase, which I actually like. It's not going to cut you or anything though, at least on this one. It's perfectly centered. It's hard to tell because it's such a thick blade in there, but there you go. It's centered well. And the action is incredible. I've heard some people saying they're having detent issues, which is fixable, but it's still a shame for this price point, which is, I believe, $305 from most retailers. But the one I got is no lock stick, great detent, drop shot action. This thing is incredible. Very flickable. Oh, messed that one up. They had cutouts on the G10 and the titanium, so you can get your fingers either in there with your thumb, in there with your pointer finger. Your middle finger kind of fits down in there. And then when it's open, this little curve here fits absolutely beautifully for your hand. I wear a size large glove, and this thing just melts into your hand. You can kind of choke up on this little spot right here, but I don't know. It's sketchy because this is the sharpest Spyderco I've seen out of the box, and if you were to slip right there onto the choil, which is actually perfectly executed, it doesn't recurve or anything at all other than the actual blade. Let's see what else. It is on bearings, which is nice. Gives it that really beautiful action. Bearings are a phosphor bronze cage with steel bearings. I checked it out. I opened this thing up. And it actually has a really thick internal stop pin, so this thing's absolutely tanky. I don't know if we can see it, but it's right up there at the top. I mean, it was thick. It was at least 3/16. Let's see what else. The only thing I don't like is the liners, or I guess internal frame lock. I mean, the liners are stupid thick on this thing. They're all blasted, kind of like a Sebenza's type of blast, so they are going to snail trail on the edges very easily. I don't mind that. I like when my Chris Reeves all look kind of snail trailed and beat up. But if you're a fan of keeping your knives pristine, you might want to keep an eye out for that, especially in these little corners by the lanyard hole. I keep the clip off of mine because I just drop it in my pocket. It's almost too thick to clip carry because it really sticks out of your pocket quite a bit. But here's the clip. It's not your standard Spyderco clip. They made a new clip for it, which is kind of a bummer, but I'm sure people will be making aftermarket deep carry, milled clips, etc. for it. But yeah, that's the clip. Yeah, it's a different hole pattern than a PM2 or something. Anything else? Let's see. The size is a little big. I wish they either went a little smaller, or I hope they're going to make a mini, because this thing is just absolute beast of a knife. I mean, if we stick a CRKT Polar next to it, yeah, so you can see it's humongous. I mean, here's another beefy knife I have. Kaiser Sheepdog, which is a big knife. And it's still humongous. My only real gripes for it are, where'd I put the box? Let's see. Well, you know what Spyderco boxes look like. They need to work on their packaging, I think. If you look at brands like Kaiser, We Knives, Rayot, a lot of Chinese brands, or Taichung or anything like that, they'll give you a pouch, they give you a box, there's patches, there's a rag. And usually when Spyderco, ZT, etc. sends you a knife, it's in a plastic bag in a box. So that's the only gripe I have from this brand, really, is that they could work on packaging, especially for this price point. But I feel like it's justified for this knife because you're getting a thick slab of S30V. If you compare the blade stock to a PM2, you can see that it's probably a mil thicker. I mean, it's a big chunky blade. And then you're getting thick liners of titanium. I mean, here, if we compare it to my McGinnis frame lock here, I mean, the liners are basically on point with the whole frame of the frame lock. Oh, orange matches. But I wouldn't worry about the S30V. Spyderco heat treats their S30V well. You're getting beautifully machined titanium. Everything's well chamfered. I don't find any hot spots. I've heard some people complaining that these points give you hot spots, but they're chamfered, and honestly, I could rub over those all day and wouldn't, feel anything. I mean, the G10 is beautifully machined. It's not smooth, and it's not Spyderco's normal textured G10. It's got this cool 3D mill. It's almost like a herringbone kind of diagonal line. And you get the custom pivot, which is beautiful. Hardware is just standard Torx. These are T6. This is, I believe, T10. You could fit a T10, and then inside there is like a smaller emergency Torx by the looks of it. And then to fully disassemble, once you get these scales off, underneath here are another T6. There's 2 in the backspace here and then 2 right here. But yeah, that is your Spyderco Subvert. This is a crazy knife.